Namaskar. We would like to welcome you all on behalf of Independent Research Ethics Society, AYUSH Samriddhi International Webinar Series, and milestone is 2602. Really, I am grateful for your overwhelming support. Number one, guidance, active participation. Just for sake of today's example, I am really grateful to Sri Ramdas ji because two Sanskrit days are being celebrated, three, not two. We will be celebrating Ramdas ji next also. That is also in August, I hope. So Ramdas ji reminded me, great. Requesting to next webinar speaker, please be with us because subject is for learning. I would like to welcome Sri Ramdas PV, Professor, Department of Sanskrit, Amrita School of Ayurveda, Kollam. Welcome Sri Ramdas ji. And today's topic is Sanskrit importance for life. Welcome.
Yeah. Namaste. Sarvebhyo namo namaha. Ya Samskrita. Tasyaha namni eva sarvam pratishthitam. Yadi samskritihi nasti, samskaraha nasti, tada manushyaha na asti. If there is no culture, there is no human being. If you would like to be a human being, you need to have a culture. So developing culture should be the aim of every language. What is the purpose of language? Language is not simply communication. That is a wrong way of interpretation. But you say, what the result of the communication? Varthalabhadvara kim labham. Bhashanadvara kim labham iti chintayitavyam. You must think, what is the benefit of communication? Communication is to modify the culture, stabilize your culture more and more perfectly by the pass of time. You take Sanskrit language, it is Samyakridam, Lakshanopedam, Paninyadi, Krita Vyakarana Sutraihi Upedaha, Sadhu Shabdaha, Samskrita Bhashayah Mulani tu Ati Puratanaha, Anyaha Bhashaha, Desha Vishesha Adhishtitaha Asan, Taha Bhashaha, Tanmulat Eva Agataha. ऋषेः पाणिनेः पूर्वमेव बहवः वैयाकरणज्ञाः आसन् परन्तु ऋषिणा पाणिनिना व्याकरणशब्दस्य अन्वर्थं कृतवान् वि आ पूर्वक कृ धातोः लुट् प्रत्यये व्याकरणं व्याक्रियन्ते अर्थाः येन इति वि इति विशेषः आ इति आसमन्तात् व्याक्रियन्ते उत्पद्यन्ते साधुशब्दाः अस्मिन् अनेन वा इति अधिकरण तदा करणरूपेण संस्कृतभाषायाः. So why I told this in introduction to Sanskrit, because there are so many grammarians, there were so many people, there were so many languages. So if anybody argue with you when the Sanskrit language has been originated, it is very difficult for you to put the name, because the root of Sanskrit grammar was very earlier. But whenever Panini has come, he has arranged the grammar into a proper way by adjusting with all other regional languages which are developed from the root, actually just like banyan tree. Okay, so he has created a beautiful structure for the language. This helped the later scholars. That is what is the beginning of how Sanskrit helped the life. Because of that one, whatever be the Itihasa, Purana, Subhashidani, all these things were written and it was understood by a people of a big land where a lot of cultures were mixed together. So he had this language created a medium for the people to understand good thoughts. So this is the first step of how Sanskrit created a better life for the Indians. Okay, so there you know that Bhartrhari Subhashidani, you go anywhere, Any sloka you take, you can have a example for showing what is that situation is. You take any way of your life from childhood to old age, you take slokas you have. You take Ramayana, there are Ramayana versions, thousands of Ramayana versions, regional language versions, but the basic is from Sanskrit. You must note that the Mula is from the Sanskrit. So Ramayanam, if you read completely, what really a family is, what really the responsible of the way of sacrifice, how the sacrifice helps you, how you are going to be liberated from all that attachment, everything is very beautifully explained through the multiple subplots in Ramayana that was written in Sanskrit, first by the great Valmiki. After that, the scholars have taken it according to, and it allowed the pupil to use your own regional language, but communicate it to the pupil, and still the Ramarajya is in our tongue. So this is very, very important factor that which the Sanskrit has contributed for the life. I don't want to explain which are the points, you know, that what Rama taught you, what Lakshmana taught you, what Sita taught you. Okay, at least, you know, there may not be a perfect Sita. Very rarely you may find out. Very rarely you may find out perfect Lakshmana. You may be very rarely find out perfect Rama. But this created a boundary. Crossing that boundary, no one will go out. Because the mind became in that one. If you do against it, you will be punished, or your mind will automatically remind you, stop it, enough, this is your boundary, don't go out. So that is what is the greatness of Indian culture, even though the globalization influenced it by European culture a lot. A lot European culture has come. A powerful people that they have led a very indisciplined life, but everywhere a block, this Sanskrit language and the literature in Sanskrit language has created in the minds of human beings. And you all know well, Bhakti Marga or Upasana is considered to be the best treatment for almost all diseases in life. You take physical diseases, you take mental diseases, Upasana or Bhakti is one of the very important marga for that. For that, almost all Yukti Vyavasaya Sigitsa in your Ayurveda, almost all in your daily, whatever you do, everywhere, the Bhakti is one of the very important factor. You just imagine the Bhagavad Gita like book. That chapters are sufficient for you to solve many of your stresses in your life. Now, if you stay Surya Samskara, Surya Shatakam, written by the great poet, Mayura Kavi, you take that one. You follow that sloka and every day you do one Surya Namaskar, only one. You don't go for 100 times, 200 times for your physical exercise. Do it perfectly and live with the nature. You see how your eyes are getting power, how your skins are getting power. Vitamin D deficiency will not come if you follow Surya Namaskara every day. One Surya Namaskara as followed by Mayura Kavi to get his eyesight. So like this, there are a lot of literature written in Sanskrit that which helped you to lead a life. Beautiful life, healthy life, not simply a life. Okay. Then another important area, Bhakti Marga is one of the very important area. Another one is, if you go Bhakti Marga, it may divide you in a different way. So next stage also they created with Advaitic way of life. Reach to a single God. Reach to a single God means unity. You know that diversity, unity and diversity is the slogan of India. That is, there are so many gods, but finally you have to reach to Brahma, Atma Shabda. So this first step that which one should develop is my soul is in the other body also. That soul and this soul are from the Paramatma. Automatically, you never ever try to hurt the other person. Our Madhamardhanandavadi used to say that if you wound your one eye, automatically next eye will cry because it knows that they are from the same. So you don't wound anybody. That philosophy, Advaitic philosophy, or we are all one, that is being really reached in the minds of the people through the medium Sanskrit only, Sanskritam only. That is Advaitic. Now you come to literary books, Aswadana, Manoranjana. You take the dramas of Kalidasa, what is not there? You have all sentiments in Ramayana. Any small child to big, you Panchadantram you take, small children will also enjoy it. It's a lesson for big people also. You want the life economy, you have Arthashastra for you. You need the small fine arts has to be developed. You can go for Kama Sutra. The beginning chapters are explaining so many fine arts in that one. You want culture, again, dance, song, and etc. You have Bharata Muni's Bharatanatyam. So, what is not there in the Sanskrit language with the great rishis have written? Now, sir especially told Sanskrit not for Ayurveda today, it is for the life, but still, Ayurveda is the life, Ayush is life. So, if Ayush and Ayurveda is not there, then the life is not there. यत्र यत्र आरोग्यो नास्ति तत्र तत्र जीवितो नास्ति आरोग्यमेव जीवितस्य आधारम आधारम सर्वम भवति. So there also the first textbooks are written in Sanskrit. Ayush Shabda meaning if you want, still you have to depend on the language Sanskritam only. Each terminology in Ayurveda, if you study in deeper into it, you can find out how much knowledge you are creating out of it. You take again the Tantra Yukti, you can go deeper into it, you can bring so many sciences into it. In your personal life also, all these techniques that which are explained are going to play a big role. It is not only, if something is written that just like Charagamani says, any word that which you use in the big Shastras should be understood by a normal layman in his life. You should never ever use Asandikta Padas. See, that is taught only in your language, in the beautiful language Sanskrit. And Charaka Samhita you take, you cannot find out any word that which are very strong that a person cannot reach into it. Even the normal person can find and reach to the meaning of that particular terminology used. So, Arogya Shastra, Dhana Shastra, cultural, literature, dance, music, anything you take, everything is the first originated authors would have been written their books in Sanskrit. So all aspects, all stages of life where we live, it is from Ayurveda. Ramayana I told, you take Mahabharata. Again, it is little bit higher in stage, more on political aspects than the sentimental aspects. Ramayana is more family oriented. Mahabharata. So two idihasas have two aim for contribution of the society, how the society has to be developed. You can find out when the people are going away from it, what really happens in the life of the people. We are now very much far away from the Sanskrit and the Sanskritly written original books. So the people are moving away from the life for the purpose of materialistic achievements. It harms the society, it harms the health, and it harms the relationship, it harms the whole peace of the world. Recently, one of the quotation of our Abdul Kalamji, the greatness of India is the virtue is in their heart, it is not anywhere else. If you say the people of India were very good in Sanskrit, so all the Samskrita Adhyatmika Chinta will be there in their mind. So they know what is virtue. From that virtue, everything in their life comes out. Thus, whatever be the decisions they take, whatever be the development they take, the very first consideration will be how it influences the society in the right way or in the wrong way. Now itself, you would have seen, if you do the samskara of that particular haldi, it can cause very danger. You use it as it is. Patagat sir has told, I was listening that. So if you do too much samskara, the originality will be lost. So don't go for too much samskara is the culture that which Sanskritam taught. Stay with the origin, with the powerful way, and you can see the result will be the best. This is the big message the Sanskrit language and the literature of Sanskritam has given for the people. And even a Mahakavya is written in Sanskrit. There is a rule for writing Mahakavya. It should contain economy of the country. It should contain the protection of the natural resources. It should contain the social life of the people. All these things you must include in the Panjamahakavya, then only it will come into the status of Panjamahakavya. Otherwise, it can never ever considered as a Mahakavya. So every literature, everything, the life is very much given important. Society has been given very much important. Without society, you are not there. This message was given to the human being's mind through the language, Sanskrit, and its literature. So I will say that the language Sanskrit has contributed a lot for the human. I did not take any examples from any Subhashidani or anything. You just think anything, any sloka from that, automatically you can find out. You have thousand to explain. Simple, you see your Ayurveda itself, all Ayurvedic scholars. Ragadi rogan satadanu shaktana sheshagaya prasadana shesha autsukya moha aradidan jagana yo purva vidyaya namostu tasmai. That sloka you take, Ragadi Rogan, one is sufficient to get thousands of message for you. Ragadvesha, Lopa, Moha, Madhamalsarya. When you take the Adi Shabdena, all the six, you just imagine each one gives you a lot of message to how to control Raga, how to control Dvesha, how to control everything, everything. Now, even it is the scientific textbook, medical textbook, it is given. So if you take Dinacharya, your life has been given first, how you should live in a day to have a healthy mind and body. So this is the contribution of Sanskrit to the world for leading a better life. Through a better life, good health, by having a good, healthy mind and healthy body, how your decisions will be, how the virtues and dharma will be protected by you, how will you see the Brahma Satyam Jagan Midya sentence in a very broader manner? You never question it. Brahma Satya, Brahman alone Satyam, Jagat is Mithya. You are a fool to say that Jagat is Mithya. We are perceiving the Jagat through our Panjendriyas. How can you say the perceived things are Mithya? If anybody asks, they do not know what really the terminology, word meaning Mithya. So if they know Sanskrit, they will know what is the meaning of mithya, and they will know how to apply that mithya in that situation. Mithya is a terminology. It will be subjected for change without any karana, nimitta, etc. You have no existence, permanent existence for it. Anything you see, it will be removed after a course of time. Again, the new will be formed. The world is like that. Now itself you can see, the electronic itself you see, computer came, phone came, now AI came. You see how it is going to affect the society. Now so many other things are still to wait. You would have noticed the people, those who have gone behind the Shastra, is finding out so many things, and the people are very much attracted to it. Everyone make a big distraction for the society, and it creates instability of the life. The person who was initiated AI now left Google. I don't know whether you know it or not, because he was really afraid that he has started a wrong thing in the world, because the language of AI is going to be controlled by AI itself. It is not going to be in the hands of the people who are going to create it. Like this, the sciences. But the same science is beautifully developed by the Samskrita literature, all sciences, but everywhere they put a small threat that you don't go out of this, because if you go out of this, the society will be very badly disturbed. For that only they told that Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. You can find out whatever you see in this world, everything is Mithya. It is only for the short time, it will be too much boom mapping, and after that it will become outdated. New thing will come. So don't get excited by that one. Just peacefully use them properly and lead a better, healthy life for the peace of you, your family, your society, your country, and the whole world. So this is the contribution of Sanskrit to the life. I think your scientific session, actually, because of the Sanskrit, Pawan Kumar ji has called me at 9:30. I told him I will speak because I love Sanskrit in different ways, and especially Sanskrit for Ayurveda is my. Recently, when I read the Susruta Samhita, second chapter, Shukra Shonida Shuddhi, that chapter, there is a terminology, Achamaniyam, Patyani Achamaniyani. So I was asking the people whom I was teaching why they used Achamaniyam. Actually, that Achamaniyam is only Yoni Kshalanam. So why instead of Kshalanam they use the terminology Achamaniyam? That Ajamaniyam is the terminology you can find out that when you do puja, you are doing Ajamaniya. The Brahmins, when they do that Ajamaniya, they are doing how much water they are taking, how they are doing, how many times they are doing, what really that little water is doing in their throat and the pathway of the vocal system, there from the sound is produced. Is there any relationship of that Achamaniyam given for the Brahmins to cleanse their vocal system to produce better sounds, better accent, better Udata, better Anudata, and better Surida? Same way, is there any process is happening in their throat? Then I search for it. The Chama word has got a meaning, rinsing. Rinsing means it can do the rinsing process inside. So it should not be completely poured water together. That meaning will be there. So if you try it in your treatment, that maybe he has used the word achamaniyam instead of shalana. Shalana means only washing. This is actually a gap will be given. The medicine will be doing the rinsing process and it will be removing the malina from the yoni wherever the dosha is existing. Maybe there you think of it. So like this wonderful way the Sanskrit can be played in everywhere. If you go through the even simple Subhasdhani deeper into the meaning, if you go deeper into the meaning of Mithya terminology, you never ever blame Brahma Satyam, Jagan Midya, the message of Samskrita Bhasha, I will say Advaita, Sri Shankaracharyas. Okay. So by this, the small little time, even though a video on the Sanskritam day has to be there in Pawan Kumarji's series. It was my wish actually, though I already put it for him. Jayatu Sanskritam, Jayatu Jeevitam, Jayatu Samadhanam, Jayatu Satyam, Jayatu Dharmam, Jayatu Vishwa. Namaskar.
नमः शिवाय, नमः शिवाय। आप थोड़ा मुझे गाइड गाइड कीजिए ना। और कोई संस्कृत दिन तो नहीं है ना अभी इस महीने में?
Nahi. This is the only one, sir. The people are celebrating on different day because it became a holiday. So Shravana Masa Paurnami is considered as the Samskrita day. Because of the inconvenience, the people are celebrating Saptaha and different days. Actually, this is the divine day for celebrating Samskrita.
थैंक यू रामदास जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आप तो एक सीरीज शुरू कीजिए ना, जैसे आप अपने चैनल पे किए हैं, ऐसी एक सीरीज शुरू कीजिए पूरी इंडिया के लिए। ऐसा एक कीजिए, आधा घंटे का ही रोज सही,
Actually,
डेली हाफ एन आवर, नॉट मोर देन दैट। लेकिन कुछ जो टॉपिक
okay,
आपको पसंद हो, फॉर यूथ।
okay,
आई वांट टू अट्रैक्ट यूथ टू संस्कृत। दिस इज
okay,
माय
sir.
मिशन
We'll try.
ऑल्सो।
Sure, sir. We'll try, sir. Sure, sure.
थैंक यू वेरी मच
Thank you.
रामदास
Thank
जी।
you. Namaskar. Namaskar.
नमस्ते, नमस्ते। I would like to request Jagdishwar sir for concluding remarks. Jagdishwar sir is there. Respected Jagdishwar sir. Then we will switch over to next webinar on Raksha Bandhan, in which Jagdishwar sir will also guide us. I hope he has slept to semi-conscious stage of the mind. पटनकर साहेब,
2 श्लोक याद आ रहे हैं, सर को नमन करके अर्ज कर देता हूँ।
स्वागत है, स्वागत है।
पंडित जी ने बताया था कि, और गुरु जी ने भी बताया था, मगर पंडित जी राम बाबू जी ने हमें जामनगर में बताया था कि महाभारत का श्लोक है, आयाचितानि देयानि सर्वद्रव्याणि भारत विद्या धनम तथा कन्या अनर्थीभ्यो न दीयते। इन 3 चीजों को जो उनको पा करके अनर्थ करे उसके हाथ में कभी मत देना।
ठीक बोले, ठीक बोले।
ये वहां से उन्होंने पढ़ा के छोड़ा था, आज भी याद रखा है। और वो पंचतंत्र का दूसरा श्लोक भी है, वरम बुद्धिर्नसा विद्या विद्या
Yeah.
बुद्धिरुत्तमा बुद्धिहीना
Yes.
विनश्यन्ति यथा
Then
ते
they
सिंह
the
कारकाः। तो ये एआई
yes.
एआई बनाने वाले के लिए साहब ने जो कहा, उसके लिए मेरे को वो श्लोक याद आ गया कि बुद्धिहीना विनश्यन्ति यथा ते सिंह कारकाः।
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कुछ सिखाया इसका मतलब कुछ भी करो, ऐसा नहीं है।
Yes, sir.
सेम थिंग, AI man left the job, एनरिको फर्मी का भी